welcome to the update of the Turn Your Signature course into an audio course series. And we started exactly a week ago. And if you registered at bit.ly / your audio course, then you can keep up with the pace that I am moving through the process. If not, then you are still having the time so that you can join us, right? So basically, on the first week, we learned how we could turn our videos into audio and how we can upload it to the audio platform helloaudio.fm. I didn't tell you that the only fee that you need to pay for this whole process is to have a Hello Audio subscription, right? So that you can create at least one private feed. So that means that you have a cost on that, but all the other softwares that I use is free of charge, and so you can do it with a very minimum upfront investment, right? So basically, this is something with a very small upfront investment with a relatively high return on it. If you are doing it in a way that it adds to the learning experience and it helps your students make progress, right? And without further ado, let me quickly check just how this setup is going and if I am live. Let me quickly check this one. Oh yes, oh yes. Okay, so we are live, we are ready, and here I go. So basically, the main concern that you can have when you turn your video course into audio pieces is that there are visual clues for the presentation parts on the slides that your students miss out on, right? But because I highly advise you to have slides that do not contain more than, let's say, more than some keywords or some clues so that they understand it better, you might experience that the video turned audio file will not cut it, right? Well, in that case, what I suggest you do is that you upload the audio, but in the description of the episode, you attach the slides to the audio presentation. And you have to include in the episode description that this episode is not a standalone audio experience, but it needs to be followed on certain slides that they can find on the description. And this is what I want to show you. So this is why I am going to share my screen, and you will be able to better understand what I mean, okay? So if you see that I have started to publish and upload all these lessons, when I realized that there is this design the timeline to your course launch. And that means that you get a 90-day game plan with detailed steps and actions that you have to plan in order for you to be able to, launch the course. The many a times I see people talking about that they are working on a course that will never see the launch date is just ridiculously high lately. And I was even talking in the DMs with a person over on Instagram who said, I have outlined 8 major courses that are recorded already and ready to launch, but I am still working on course number 9, so I don't know how to launch them. And I was like, okay, why did you create course number 2 if you were ready with course number 1 and you have never launched it? If you have, so basically, if you follow me, you know that I am against beta testing. But if you never launch it, if you never have any experience with students, then it's like, writing a book for your drawers, whatever it is. So let me show you what I mean with, being more user friendly or allowing the students to have a better grasp of the progress that they can have with their audio. So when you upload your audio, then you can write show notes here. You can generate the transcript, but it's no use generating a transcript if it's a course, because you want them to listen to you and take action, right? But listening to designing the timeline to your course launch without being able, to follow along with the planner that goes with it, then it's just not going to cut it, right? So this is why in the description, I included the link where they can download the, the workbook from. And then I included, make sure to have the workbook ready while listening to this episode, right? If they do not have this very minor distinction in the feed, then they might be, startled when they start, going through the course itself. So that is one thing. And the other thing that I want you to be mindful about is that whenever you create slides to your course presentation, no matter how difficult or complex the concept that you're teaching is, make sure that you follow it up with a workbook that follows the same steps and allows students to create their own game plan based on that random, right? So these are the two things that you need to be mindful about when you turn your course into an audio course. And I think that next week we will have a more detailed discussion on how I see the difference between creating an online course and creating an audio course in terms of content creation, keeping in mind that one is consumed directly on the screen and one is consumed on the go, so no visual clues to it, right? If it is something for you, then somebody's here, hey, but I don't see what you write. So basically this was all. Until Monday, have a lovely rest of your weekend and hope to chat soon.